Imagine driving at 200 kilometers per hour. The engine is roaring. The road is clear. You're moving faster than everyone else. But there's one problem. You're heading in the wrong direction. Would your speed matter, or would it only take you farther away from where you truly want to be? Most people spend their lives chasing speed, faster results, faster success, faster money, faster recognition. But very few stop long enough to ask a much more important question. Am I moving in the right direction? Because movement is not the same as progress. Being busy is not the same as being productive. And running faster doesn't guarantee you'll reach the place you actually want to go. Let me tell you a story. Imagine two travelers standing at a crossroads. The first traveler studies the map carefully. He isn't the fastest. He doesn't have the best equipment. He makes mistakes. He takes wrong turns. Sometimes he even doubts himself. But every day he takes another step toward the destination he truly wants. The second traveler is different. He's confident. He's energetic. He's fast. Very fast. The moment he starts moving, everyone notices. People admire his speed. They praise his determination. They envy his progress. But there's one thing he forgot to do. He never checked the map. So he runs, and runs, and runs, faster than anyone else. Months pass, then years, and eventually something incredible happens. The slow traveler arrives, not because he was faster, not because he was smarter, but because he was heading in the right direction. Meanwhile, the fast traveler finds himself exhausted, tired, frustrated, lost. Not because he lacked effort, but because effort without direction is just energy wasted. Here's the lesson. Speed multiplies direction. If your direction is right, speed becomes powerful. But if your direction is wrong, speed only gets you lost faster. Think about how many people spend years climbing a ladder, working harder, sacrificing more, pushing themselves to the limit, only to discover that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. Success without purpose can feel surprisingly empty. You can have the money, the title, the recognition, the achievements, and still feel like something is missing. Because deep down, you know you arrived somewhere you never truly wanted to go. So ask yourself, what are you chasing right now? And more importantly, why? Is it your dream or someone else's expectation? Is it your destination or a destination society handed to you? Think about a GPS. Before it calculates a route, before it tells you when to turn, before it helps you move faster, it asks one simple question. Where do you want to go? Without a destination, speed is meaningless, and life works exactly the same way. Clarity comes before acceleration. Direction comes before speed. Before you work harder, before you push faster, before you chase the next goal, take a moment and ask yourself 3 questions. Where am I now? Where do I want to go? Why does it matter? Because the answers to those questions can change everything. Remember when you were younger? You had dreams, big dreams. You imagined a future that excited you. You weren't worried about impressing people. You weren't competing with anyone. You simply wanted to become the person you believed you could be. Somewhere along the way, many people lose that vision. They start following crowds, comparing themselves to others, running races they never chose, and years begin to disappear. Days become months, months become years, years become decades, and one day they wake up wondering where the time went. The greatest tragedy isn't moving slowly. The greatest tragedy is moving fast toward a life you never wanted. The good news? You don't need to start over. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to have everything figured out. Sometimes a small change in direction is enough. A 1-degree shift today can lead to a completely different destination tomorrow. That's how transformation happens, not all at once, but one intentional step at a time. So don't worry if your progress feels slow. Don't compare your journey to someone else's highlight reel. Don't measure your life only by speed. Measure it by alignment. Measure it by purpose. Measure it by direction. Because even the slowest step in the right direction will always beat the fastest sprint in the wrong one. So before you ask how fast you're moving, ask yourself where you're going. And when you find the answer, Move forward with confidence. Because direction is more important than speed.